it's my metaphysical fault. Now, when I talk about the I and understanding God, I want to show that when I say that, I do mean what the living spirit is, the true living spirit of God. I've met it. Like, in human form, no one can talk about it and really make any sense out of it. I know what happens to us when we die, but most people aren't ready for that, so why not just deal with what we can do right here in this physical world? Now, when everybody understands what I mean, they won't take this the wrong way, because I could say that I'm personally at fault for everything that's ever gone wrong in the world, because I experienced oneness. And when I experienced oneness, I saw all the horrible stuff that we've done from those perspectives, from those lives. But in one way, real quick detour, when you're a child, think about how each adult can be like, wow, I mean, not all of us have like such a flip-flop, like one extreme to the other. But how many times have you heard of a story of a person, or you yourself have had, like, as an adult, look back and be like, I can't believe where I've come from where I started, or how bad I was at one point and how better I've gotten now, or how it was this way and now it's that way, or, you know, all the things that we can go from one extreme to the other on. Now, experience oneness and timelessness, using these terms may just be overused by most people, but I use them from the point of knowing what the hell I'm talking about. So, from those points, when I say that I, in my life, learned a long time ago, the universe itself, God itself, showed me what I personally needed to see in order to get that message when I had my near-death experience, or when I had my enlightening experience. Like, my near-death thing happened so long ago that I see now that it was showing me the truth then, but I didn't understand it, because I had so much to change at that point that I wasn't ready. And this time, at that age, when I asked and I got the answer from God, from the universe, whatever people want to call it, because I'll play it down by the words I use, but there's no other word for me to use. The universe, manifest spirit. Well, the day that it happened, the time that it happened, the moment, because I don't believe in time either, but I'm in it in order to experience it, of course. Like, you say that there's no goblins, but you've watched movies about goblins. You say there's no dragons, but you can say, I saw the movie How to Watch a Dragon, or How to Raise a Dragon, or How to Train Your Dragon 1, 2, and 3. You can say that, and then say you don't believe in dragons. So there's just contradicting ideas with metaphysical and physical things. They are both real, but they are both unreal. Even physical things are unreal. So I actually experienced that when I had that experience back at Walmart during my bread route 3 years ago, just about. At that point, I should have quit my job and started telling people the truth from that point that I had experienced. But I didn't know how. I had such a crazy thing going on that I lost me and had to find me again in order to see that there was never no me. And then at that point, I had to arrange coming up with an idea in this lifetime of what I could do with myself to be the most beneficial and helpful. And I've done that. I've done the soul searching. I've cured anything that I've had wrong with me. I've eased my mind of its problems, and I know what steps I need to take to be proper in the eyes of God, in the eyes of doing the right thing, in the means of helping people and truly having their best interest in mind, whether they believe it or not. So, and just as I said that, I waved at a young black teenager or a young African-American teenager, what do you call them? I don't believe in either of those things. There's no Africa or America, and the color black is just a word, so I don't know what else to say besides those, so I mean them in no negative terms. But I waved at the girl and her boyfriend that were sitting on the side, and they both sort of looked at me like, I don't know you, why would you wave at me? But because I like people, and they just sort of like, they'll do that thing where they just sort of like look the other way, or point their eyes sort of up and go, roll their eyes and turn their head kind of thing. But it's okay, because that's the way they were brought up. And if it wasn't, it's the way they brought themselves up, which is the same thing. So, back to everything is my fault. Like, in some way, in a metaphysical way, it was my fault, because I saw that, and because of that, my thoughts, the world falling apart, me thinking, I hope that never happens with Jazzy and Leo, what happened with the older ones. That happened. It happened even worse. And then on top of that, I saw what the world was going to do. I saw the whole thing before, everything before it happened, I saw. But then I told people, and then it actually, because I said it to people who believed what I was saying, it happened. And the world is still ending from that thing right now, as I decided to quit my job today. So, like, within the next couple weeks or within the next month, we'll all have our masks off. But that's just going to be a coincidence to people, sure. But because everything that's been happening, I saw happen. So when I tell people about something, like, oh yeah, I saw on TV that this guy said this. Oh yeah, and I heard this thing like this. And I told this guy I was quitting my job because I need to whatever. And he's like, oh, I heard this guy on the radio saying something like that. I'm like, I don't listen to the radio or watch TV, man. I'm just doing my... The only TV I watch is Wheel of Fortune because I like letters, because I remember creating them. But at the same time, when I say, okay, I want to go back to the point. I'm sorry, I'm changing all over. I have so much on my mind now. I'm taking my truck to empty it out for the last time right now, but that's just Dan doing Dan stuff, finishing it off to get it out of his mind and out of his memory for good. So, from that place of oneness, I saw everything, and I've been trying to tell people anyway, but they won't listen to me. So, I mean, even though I have been trying to tell people, I mean, I can't get my voice out to the world other than trying to put videos out. And the videos that I've put out since then have been ones that have some meaningful message that say, hey, I don't know why people don't see this, and they just don't listen. And because it's not about something that's, trendy or hip, because the truth is not so nice. And people don't want to look at the truth because it's like, that makes me not feel so good, so I don't want to look at that. But it's happening to you. If I tell you that if you go get the vaccine because you're sick of wearing a mask and you'll do whatever it takes to get your mask on, you'll let them shoot you with formaldehyde and just poison. So much poison. Things that won't maybe not kill you, they could kill you, but they won't, if they don't kill you, which they most likely won't kill you, they might make you feel a little bad, you'll just take some food to it. But it's going to solidify your system in a certain way that is a neurotoxin, which is going to make you more conformant, which will make you listen to what you're told, be more despondent, say, whatever, no big deal. And that's what it's for. It's meant to dumb you down. And people are like, I don't want my mask off, so I'll take the vaccine. And people aren't understanding that they're sacrificing because they're not looking into anything. Sure, give me the vaccine. And every person who says this and doesn't, and would listen to what I'm saying right now, and then dismiss it, and not look at what the ingredients to vaccine are, and then say, he doesn't know what he's talking about, would really be harming themselves by not knowing the truth. And because they don't know the truth, or maybe already got the vaccine, they've already harmed themselves by being uninformed and just by listening to people who are out there to either dupe them or follow along with something without knowing. Every doctor, every nurse, every assistant who truly hasn't got their facts straight before doing something is contributing, because they're of their ignorance of facts, of their not looking into it in depth. What you've got to learn how to do is to really look into depth of things, and you can do that. If you need me to teach you how, I'll teach you how. Doesn't mean that I can focus on something. If I think it's unimportant, I won't focus on it. So when people are like, well, you're not always focused, because I'm not always applying that practice of focus. You can't walk around all the time. Well, you could, but you don't want to walk around all the time being like, I'm perfectly focused. That would get really annoying. So anyway, everything being my metaphysical fault is because I saw it all from all the aspects. I saw it, but nobody would listen to me, so I can't help people if they don't listen. And from the God point of view, like, you are the same being when you are newborn and when you die, okay? But even after you die, you think that you have all these thoughts in your mind. Imagine if everything that's on your mind stays there without your body when you leave. So if you're prejudiced, you're angry, and you're full of hate for people and all this stuff, that's still going to be there. Your consciousness doesn't disappear. You think it does because that's part of your living sleep illusion. Like, you have living sleep and you have waking sleep. Waking sleep seems physical. Physical sleep seems mystical. But they're both true. They're both 100% true. There's nothing not true about either of them. One is mystical and one is physical. One is in the mist, in your dreams, in the water world. And the other one is in the physical world, in the dream of the stone world. It has all the stuff there. So, I mean, I'm just saying that to say it in certain ways, but it's literally that way. And because I know it to be so, I feel guilty, but I'm trying to tell people, I know where I'm coming from, and you're just ignoring it, and I'm not mad at you. I'm extremely happy. But I'm happy because I know the truth, and the truth is not so great. And I'm trying to help you, and the reason that I seem so angry or seem so bothered is because I want to help you from harming yourself or letting other people harm you without knowing, and you're not listening. So it hurts me to see you not care about yourself enough to listen to someone who cares about you. It seems like a big wraparound, but it is. It sucks, and it's hurt. It really hurts. All I want to do is help the people because I know what I know. And they're like, I've heard on the thing, and I believe them. These strangers, these people on TV who wear nice clothes and talk sweetly. Come on. I'm only going to say that for now, but literally, it is my metaphysical fault when I come from the I space. But personally, as Dan, I had no clue until 3 years ago. And now, I have all the answers. And it doesn't mean anything except the truth is there to be found. You could listen to me, but I'd rather you found out for yourself because I can't tell you the words in the way that you want to hear them. You have to find out for yourself. Or you can keep living the world like it's your place to go watch TV and movies and have it as a spectator. You can be involved or you can be dissolved. It's up to you. Till next time, be part of the one. Don't be one of the part. Peace.